Michael Jordan with AB Friendly Company. Welcome down here to Under the Ground Meadery. Hey, we're in May and we've been doing a little more stuff from the garden and trying to bring a little more medical value. So when it comes to medical value, I read a book about an Irish, it's like in 1923, and he was an Irish pirate, and he fought for Ireland, and he was a king. He was one of the greatest kings of Ireland. I'll put his name down in the post here on the YouTube, but he destroyed a lot of Vikings. And one of the things that they talked in text was about medical meads and what they were used for, and it talked about echinacea, ginseng, ginger, lemons, and a whole bunch of other stuff. And I was told that it couldn't be too historical because ginseng and stuff was an Asian root, and didn't know if the Vikings had made it to Asia in 928 AD, right? So not too sure how valid it is, but it sounded like a really good recipe. I got it all deciphered, figured it out just to make a gallon. So here's the story behind the mead, is that they would boil honey because it was basically crystallized in tubs on a ship. So they would boil this honey. When they boil it, so this honey here was clover honey. You can see how dark it is. It's been boiled down for about 30 minutes. So you can see how dark that is. So what they did is they boiled their honey on the ship because they were getting it uncrystallized. And they would then take a whole bunch of lemons that were starting to rot on the ship, and they would dice them all up, and they would put it in a big cask. So they put this hot honey with these lemons, and how I got it deciphered down, it's roughly almost like 5 lemons to a gallon of liquid. So it's a lot of lemons. And so the boiled honey was to make a hard to condense sugar, getting it uncrystallized. The lemons were starting to rot on the ship, and it was vitamin C. So they were trying to keep as much vitamin C on there to keep scurvy away, give a little more energy boost, a little more sunshine in their lives. So the lemons were put in. With the lemons, they would break out ginger root, and ginger root would last a long time. It was a good spice to keep around. So I diced all up, but this is 2 ounces of ginger here that we're going to be putting in. 2 1-ounce things of ginger. I love the smell of it. And ginger basically was to help with basically dysentery, diarrhea, stomach problems from being on a ship, that when you're on a ship all the time and the food's not so good, you have digestive problems. So the ginger was basically to help with digestive problems. So they were throwing that in there. Like I said, I'm not too valid on the ginseng, but they were putting ginseng in, and ginseng is supposed to help with speed and thought. So the only way I can describe it is you're driving your car and you see the stop sign, or the light turns red and you stop. You're driving your car and you're drinking alcohol and you go to stop. Your impairment from drinking alcohol is slower. So just regular in life, after being on a ship, going over, you're going to be a little impaired. Your legs are going to be a little wobbly. So they said that the ginseng was to help a fast thinking content for battle. Help boost their immunity, give them a big energy boost. So basically we're having vitamin C, energy boost, clearing out your body, making sure you didn't have scurvy, hitting ginseng, cleaning out your stomach, cleaning out your body, getting some ginseng in there, giving you a mad energy rush, building up your immune system, and then putting in some echinacea, which is a huge defense against flus, colds, viruses, anything like that. So whatever you were sick on from this trip, they were going to clean out with this mead. And it was usually made, you know, when everything was starting to rot and you were well into your journey, they would make this mead. boil down the honey, put the lemons in with the honey and the water, adding the ginger, adding the herbs and spices. And usually before you hit shore, you're getting to do your expedition, your adventure, your journey, you would drink a horn or two of this as you were getting ready to approach land. And that way, over the period of time of packing up to hit the land, you were basically securing your vessel, but you were boosting your immune system. So when you hit the land, whatever diseases, colds, flus, or anything that was there, you were fighting against. Anything that was sick on the vessel that you got, you were clearing out, and you were making your energy rise so that when you hit the land, you were ready for that adventure to tackle that. And I think the story is awesome. It was from one of the book readings from my great-grandfather. It's where I kind of learned to make mead. It's one of the original recipes that I think is from Ireland. Now, like I said, do I think all of it's true, like I said, about the ginseng and all this stuff? Hey, the story's awesome, boosting their immune system. So this is a lemon immune system shock. So we're going to build a mead to shock your immune system. I'm basing this on my druid background and wanting to do more holistic with meads. As you know, we're trying to do more of ancient times of how mead making is, I feel, on some of the stuff that I've read. Everybody has their own take, but this is to boost and shock your immune system. So we have already boiled our honey. I'm going to go ahead and add some lemon, and to get a little more energy and stuff in it and better flavors and taste, I got Crystal Light. So we made Crystal Light, and it has some vitamin A, some vitamin C, lots of vitamin C. And it has a good flavor. So instead of doing like a whole bunch of lemons, I think it would be extremely sour. We went ahead and used a Crystal Light base mix. So I'm going to add a little Crystal Light to the mix here, so we can shake up this jug. And basically that's going to be like adding our 5 lemons. This has a lot of vitamin C in it. Has a lot of other vitamins that they've added to it. And we're just going to kind of mix this in to destroy the boiled honey. Now remember, one reason we also do it like this is that we're getting a little air and pounding it in to help the yeast. There we go. Right on. So I've got a little Crystal Light in there with our boiled honey. So we've started adding our lemon water to the jug. The ancient recipe said that, you know, the lemons would sit in this cask for about a week to 2 weeks. What they said is before weighing, before setting. So it was basically 15 days of a month that sat in there. And I'm sure the sugars and stuff already started fermentation in the jug, making like a lemon wine. And then they would add the honey to it. And then we're going to go ahead and add 2 ounces of ginger. I think this is going to be pretty strong, but I'm only going off of what I've got. I'm going to show you another jug here, that we've already made of this. You can already see what it looks like clearing up and stuff. And we'll show you what that looks like. So I have made this a little bit before. Haven't tried it, but it's almost ready. So here's the ginseng, or I mean the ginger. This is going to help with, we're hoping, with the medical value of diarrhea, problems with your stomach. Right? We could even probably went even a little more advanced, but you don't boil the honey if you're going to use manuka honey. The medical value for manuka on its raw essential is huge. So we could have probably did 1.5 pounds boiled, and then even added 1.5 pounds of manuka, and even added a little more stuff for stomach problems and stuff to get more of that energy. I'm just going to coat some sugar on those. Make sure they're all broke up. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do the lemon juice. The one all the way in the front, Papa. Right in front of the carrot one. Yeah, buddy. My intern's going to go ahead and grab that jug of the lemon one so you guys can see it. I'm going to add a little more juice to it here, which would be the Crystal Light. So I'm using a Crystal Light base instead of lemons because I wanted a little more vitamin C with less sour. And that's just because of my taste. You could probably add the 5 lemons. If you want to dice them all up, juice them all down, and get them all in there, you can. It loses a little bit of volume. You could probably even juice down the lemons and go straight lemon juice. I've seen that done. I'm using Crystal Light. I want a little more variety of vitamins and stuff that's with it. Which one you got there? Yeah. Well, that's the one on the white table, Papa. The very front, my side. There you go. Alright. So, there we go.
Right?
No, that says pineapple coconut. Anyway, I have ginseng, and I've got echinacea. And what I've done is, it's basically, there's 3 full 750 milliliter bottles in a gallon. There's sometimes more, but if you have adjuncts and stuff to it, you usually lose the 4th bottle. So if there's 3 bottles and there's 750 milliliters, usually, or 750, yeah, 375 is basically a serving of wine, which is like almost 1.5 glasses to 2 glasses of wine.
No.
So that's it. Thanks, Papa. So what I have here is, due to the fact that there's 6 full 375 milliliter wine bottles in here, that would be almost 6 servings. So I've read what a serving was on these. These are just really cheap, generic. This is called Nature's Bounty. I don't endorse them. If you have herbs or spices or something that you do, a gentleman did reach out about baby food, send it. Right? We'll try it. But this is just some cheap herbs that I got from a store. And basically it's 6 servings in here, which would basically be 6 375 milliliter bottles of wine. So that's kind of how I base that on. So I'm going to put Echinacea and ginseng. So this is the ginseng, it's the white capsule, and the Echinacea is the green capsules. So I'm going to put those in. I went with capsules and herbs to try to get more of a precise amount. I could have went ahead and got Echinacea flower, and I could have ground it all up and put it in and steeped it and made a tea in the lemon juice. Same thing with the ginseng, as I could have ground up the ginseng root, right, and just added it just like this. But I wanted more of a precise amount. I know that by weight of ginger, I have 2 ounces of ginger in there, and by medical supplement, I have an exact amount for 6 servings. So it might be a little bit on the weekend because this will probably make a little bit more than the 6 servings, but we're going with that. And I'm going to pour a little bit more lemon juice in. Crystal Light. And we're going to shake this up so we can get the pills to dissolve a little bit in our mix. Now I'm going to add water to this because I want this one full. Now I could have probably made another batch and got a constant ratio of the lemon, but I know the lemon from the Crystal Light was pretty strong. So I put enough in to make a gallon. That's why I want to make sure that there's a gallon of liquid in there. Because I did put enough in of Crystal Light to make a full gallon. I don't want it to be too... So now we've made our medical mead. We'll take our readings and stuff. My father went ahead and got this one. So this one, we juiced everything. We juiced the ginger. I poured the powder and stuff from the capsules and all the stuff in. And this is a lemon, ginger, Echinacea mix. This one we added a little bit more of the ginseng because that's basically what the recipe said was that was in there. But this is what it's kind of looking like. This was done a month ago, so this is already done with its almost mass fermentation. This was done at the beginning of April 7th. So that starting gravity was 1.100. So we'll check even the comparison of the last bat on gravity, and we'll probably do that right now. So now we've got everything filled up. Make sure I've got the honey kind of mixed in. I see this pill starting to pop. That's another good thing to have, like a funnel or filter, because as the herbs digest, they will become settlement. It'll be harder to clear up when you add herbs. Alright, so we'll get the dryer. .8, so that's a good temperature to start off with. Alright. This one's starting off at 1.080. So this one's just a little light. 1.080. So if this goes all the way down, we're looking at a potential alcohol level around 9%. But remember, this one isn't basically made for drinking heavily at a social gathering. This is made as a medical, right? This is to boost your immune system a little bit if you're feeling a little sick, to have a glass of this maybe at night, boost your energy level to get going on the weekend, because if you're not working, if you're not at work, it can be something if you're getting ready to go outside to do some gardening, to go working. You can take this as a glass, boost your immunity system, can prevent some stuff that's going on outside. We know that we're coming out of spring here. Whatever you had from the winter, what's coming out, allergies and stuff, get it kind of going. So I think this would be pretty good for that. Go ahead and pour this all back in. I love the lemon ginger. Yeah, it tasted like how that one started. So hopefully the herbs don't pop out and overcome the residual taste too much, but yeah, it tastes like a good lemonade. A little bit of ginger in the background. So yeah, that'd be pretty good. So here's one that we've started that we'll be able to hopefully rack off here in one more month. And by hopefully the mid of I'd say August, right? When it's really hot and we're getting into the winter, we'll boost our immune system up a little bit, Has something that's a little flavorful, a ginger, something to come out of a hot time, getting into the winter months and finishing off. So this will be pretty good. Hopefully you kind of enjoyed this. I'm going to finish off some of the last of the filtered clover mead. I filtered off the rest of that jug. That'll be the end of that. So we'll be finishing off all that. We might as well go ahead and dump our yeast, put our balloon on her, and call her quits. But this is a good ginger, ginseng, echinacea, and lemon juice mead. I'm pretty happy about this. This is getting back to, you know, other than using the pills and the crystal light, the concept of making a medieval mead is pretty cool. Like I said, if you want to do the lemons, it's 5 lemons per gallon, and it talked about using basically a 1/4 pound of the echinacea. So I think that's just raw plant that they're putting in there for all of it. And the ginseng was something they added. They said that the roots of the ginger and ginseng brought zest to the fountain. So I think it's just basically the 2 ounces of each kind. Like I said, bigger vats. I just broke it down to a measurement that I could kind of get. But lemon, ginger, ginseng, echinacea, medical mead. Hey, I'm Michael Jordan, AB Friendly Company. Thanks for joining us down here at the Underground Meadery, trying some different meads, looking at some different stuff, getting some medical herbs in there for you. Subscribe, share, make mead.